All right, we're good to go. We're live, everybody. What's going on tonight, Dan?
Well, we have a monsoon. I think where we're at right now. I was not gonna lie. I was a little worried we would have no power, but
Yeah.
alas, we do have power, so we're good to go.
Get this
Let's
pulled up on my phone there so I can see comments easier.
So yeah, we're back to a regular trivia tonight because it's Wednesday night. So guys, those watching that's not live, we are live every Wednesday and Monday night. So every Monday, Wednesday night at 9:30. Monday nights are themed, so they're going to be a specific thing. We've done Disney, we've done music. We're probably going to do something, I don't know, like sports or movies or something specific next week. Wednesdays are going to be generic trivia, we call it, where we have 5 different, usually geography, sports, film, something. We do 5 different things on that night, on Wednesday night. So if you are not watching it live, which we have a lot of people not watching it live, and
you want to be able to participate, definitely tune in to the live version of it because you're definitely missing out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's awesome to rewatch anyway, but definitely tune in live if you can because you get to participate in all the fun. So, and you get a chance to win. So,
yeah,
we're gonna hope that we can make it through the whole game, guys. We temporarily lost power here not that long ago. I lost internet here for like 10 minutes, and it came back on. So, we're gonna roll with it and see what happens.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. So, we are. I think let's just get going. I think we're good. Right. We got a decent amount of people. I say we get going and.
So we've got on the docket tonight, we have sports, movies, U.S. geography, music, and TV.
So Kyle made all these questions. I do not know them. So I may or might not answer some of them just for funsies.
Buff Edit says Thor dropped in town.
Yeah, probably that is for sure.
All right. Let me get all this ready to go.
Get us going here. Let's see what we're working with. I'm excited. I always like when I don't help with the questions because you never know. I like to try to answer them as well. So let's see what we got. Oh, I see we got.
All right.
Well, that was weird. I got booted out for a minute. Don't know what the heck I did there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I accidentally right-clicked and somehow backed out of it. I don't know. Fat fingers, I guess. So
all right, we should be good. So first topic is going to be sports.
Yes. Are we going to keep ourselves on here? Or are we going to do the...
Oh, shoot. Hold on.
I don't like seeing my ugly face. All right, question number 1 for sports. Who won the first ever Heisman Trophy? Ernie Davis, Sammy Baugh, Jay Berwanger, or Doak Walker? Kyle, I'm assuming Kyle probably knows this.
Yep. Going to be interesting to see what everybody's thoughts are.
I'm gonna be honest. I honestly don't know, and I feel like I should.
A lot of people going with 1 and 2.
Well, I feel like Ernie Davis, because where we are, at least we're 20 minutes away from the Elmira Express, so we're not far from that. So I feel like that's in everyone's minds, but. I want to say Sammy.
I'm surprised nobody went with Doak Walker. I figured I'd get somebody on that.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I did not know that. That's a fun fact. I feel like that's one of those that I would have to I don't know. That's one of those I'd have to Google myself because I don't believe it necessarily. All right. Question number 2. Which of these players was not a member of the famed Fab Five in college basketball? Jalen Rose, Chris Webber, Jimmy King, Stacey Augmon. Now, just by process of elimination, if you know the Fab Five, what were they, early 90s for Michigan?
Yep.
In college basketball. So 2 of them I know for sure, and I'm pretty sure I know the 4th. I think is it 3?
No, it's 4. Stacey Augmon played for UNLV when they were really good.
Oh, okay.
He was their starting shooting guard.
Interesting.
So
I did not know that.
Yep, Jimmy King was the lowest rated out of all the Fab Five members. But ironically, he actually had one of the better college careers. He also stayed all 4 years.
Right. And then, of course, most people know Chris Webber and Jalen Rose. So,
right. I was going to put Juwan Howard in there, but I'm like, okay, that's going to be way too obvious. I got to have two that aren't quite as obvious.
Of course. All right. Question number 3. Who is often called the maestro in men's tennis circuit? Andre Agassi, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, or Pete Sampras?
I'm going to guess Dan knows this.
Yeah. So this is the only reason he's how do I want to say this? This is
I think hands down the most talented player ever.
100%. Yeah. I mean, you watch him play.
Djokovic might break his records, and he's nasty, but I think Federer, natural talent,
yes.
There's nobody even close to him.
Roger Federer, when you watch that man play tennis, it's like it's so beautiful and so
especially
effortless.
When he was in his prime too, like he was unstoppable.
Yeah. Nadal, and Curtis is saying Nadal's very good on clay. He is unstoppable on clay. But Federer wiped the court with him pretty much anywhere else. But the problem is they didn't run into each other a lot of times other than in court or on clay court, because Nadal just never made it usually anywhere else. Nadal is very good too, though. Question number 4. How many regular season MVP awards did Michael Jordan win? Was it 6, 5, 4, or 7? I'm trying to think of the player who's won the most. Kyle, do you know the player who's won the most?
I think so.
I think it's Bill. Is it Bill Russell?
I was going to say either him or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Wilt Chamberlain. Those were my 3 guesses for that. Now, this is interesting because Jordan won 6 finals MVPs, but I'm curious to see how many people are going to know how many regular season he won. And actually, it looks like quite a few people got that one.
Yeah. The funny thing about that one, too, is there's a few times he really should have won. Let's be honest. He really should have won most years he was in it. It's kind of like the LeBron thing, where LeBron really, I mean, statistically probably should win most years, but for the sake of keeping things interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think it motivated Jordan even more, too, when he didn't win it.
That's true.
One of their last finals runs, he said he was fueled by the fact that Karl Malone won MVP, so he wanted to kick his ass in the finals.
So, final question for sports. What school won the most NCAA football national championships? Is it Alabama, Yale, Michigan, or Princeton? Most NCAA football national championships. So this one I immediately think of, is it, FCS? Are you talking about Division 1A, or are we talking, doesn't matter? Because there's obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Yale and Princeton are Division 1A, right?
Right, just overall NCAA football championships.
Because football is different. It's not like basketball where all these teams are, if you're Division 1, you're Division 1.
What do you got there, Dan?
I'm gonna say Yale. I mean,
let's see.
I'm gonna go with Yale. It's either Yale or Princeton.
These are 4 out of the top 5, and I will say,
yes.
Alabama is 1 behind Yale. Now, keep in mind, Yale literally won all of theirs back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So it's been a long time. But actually, in terms of overall All-Americans, they actually, and Heisman winners, they have the most as well.
All right, let's see what we got here. So we didn't have anyone clear the board, but we do got a couple people with 3. So Buff Edits, Sean, and Brooke Collins have answered the quickest of. Looks like Caden was just behind them. So we're going to give Buff Edits, Sean, and Brooke all +1. And let's get going. What's the next one, Kyle?
Movies,
yes. My favorite.
I had a feeling I'd get people on that last one. So Michigan, they're top 5 in terms of overall championships, but a lot of theirs were definitely way earlier on too. But they've actually won the most games in history.
I feel like Michigan. I'll be honest. I feel like Michigan football has never been steadily good since I've been around. Like since I've paid attention, they've always been teams. They've always been like hyped up every season, and then like never. They always do just okay. All right,
here we go. Daniel Radcliffe became a global star in the film industry due to his performance in which film franchise? Ted, Harry Potter, Spy Kids, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Definitely Spy Kids. Totally. Boy, I feel like if anyone does pick Spy Kids, I'm going to lose it. That's going to be awesome. I remember being so let down when that movie came out. 10-year-old Dan was disappointed.
Here. Yeah, same here. I was so hyped going into it, and then I watched it, and it was awful.
Definitely. Yeah.
The fact that they spawned a franchise out of that.
They did, and I was
seriously?
foolish enough to go like a couple years later to Spy Kids 3D, and I
Yeah.
don't remember why I did it, but I was like, "Wow, what am I doing?"
I'm pretty sure like 10-year-old me at the time could have directed a better movie than what they did.
Yeah, I remember going to the theaters and watching the third one, and like 12-year-old me was contemplating what I was doing with my life. I was like, "What has my life become?"
All right, number 2. Which of these actors was not a member of the Brat Pack from the 80s? Rob Lowe, Matthew Broderick, Emilio Estevez, Demi Moore. See who's a fan of popular 80s movies.
So I got my answer, and I'm like 99%. It's Demi Moore, right?
No, it's Matthew Broderick.
What?
Yeah.
What? Wait, Demi Moore was considered part of the Brat Pack? Are you kidding me?
Molly Ringwald, Demi Moore.
I knew Molly Ringwald, but
yeah,
I never really, I don't know. I feel like the only reason she even married Ashton Kutcher is so her star was starting to fade.
Yep.
Oh, this is interesting. We had a lot of people. This was a spread out one. It's interesting.
Those movies are starting to grow on me. Some of the older ones.
I like the John Hughes movies.
Tess is a big fan of those mid-'80s genre movies like that, and they're definitely growing on me. All right, number 3, one of my favorite films. What year did the first Rocky movie come out? 1977, 1976, 1978, or 1975?
So, fun fact about Rocky was Sylvester Stallone wrote the movie and was offered. He was broke at the time, 100% broke. He was offered $100,000, which at the time was unheard of for a script.
Mm-hmm.
And he refused unless he was guaranteed to star in it. And they told him no originally, and his agent was pissed. He stood firm, and the rest, as they say, is history. The guy was unknown at the time.
During the initial days of filming the fight scenes, Carl Weathers, who played Apollo Creed, actually insulted Stallone's acting a lot. And he didn't realize he was actually going to be the star of the movie.
Man.
76 it is. So 77 was Star Wars. I believe Jaws came out in 76 as well, didn't it?
Jaws was 75.
Okay. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest was, I think, 76 because I think that's what beat out the Best Picture. All right. This movie contains the quote, "I feel the need for speed." Top Gun, Days of Thunder, The Color of Money, Cocktail.
I'm going to be honest. I just watched this movie. Oh, it was during quarantine. It was during lockdown. And it was the first time I'd seen it in a long time. And I remember loving it as a kid. And I rewatched it. I'm like, man, Top Gun is a really overrated movie. I love Tom Cruise, but I really do not like that movie.
It hasn't really aged that well.
It literally uses the song, which I like the song, Danger Zone, but it uses it every single time a jet engine lights up and gets ready to take off. And it's like, okay.
I mean, come on, you gotta love Kenny Loggins, though.
I love the song Danger Zone, but my God, I don't need to hear it 20 times in a film.
I mean, Kenny Loggins went hard on that.
Yeah, he did. He did go hard.
Yeah, he had a few good songs on that. They slapped. But yeah, I would say I think a little overrated. Number 5, who is the main protagonist in the 1985 film Back to the Future? Emmett Doc Brown, Marty McFly, Biff Tannen, George McFly.
See,
so
now
you have to know the difference between a protagonist and an antagonist.
Right, but I read this and I think, okay, well, 3 of them really are kind of. I mean, the main protagonist, in my opinion, it's Marty McFly. I'm sure is the correct answer. But like, if you ask me, George McFly is the pinnacle of the film because if he doesn't succeed, he's the hero in the end. Because if he doesn't succeed, Marty just ceases to exist. So that's just my opinion.
That was one that the game made.
That's just me.
Got a few people with Biff. So Biff was the antagonist.
Who names their kid Biff? You're gonna be a dick if you grow up with the name Biff.
Yeah, you're destined to be an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we got okay. So Sean repeats. So Sean's got 2. We got 2 new ones. So Caden's got 4, and Mitch has got 1 as well. So Mitch goes on the board as well as Caden, and Sean is on the board again with 2. All right, what we got next, Kyle? What's round
Should
3
be
got?
U.S. geography, I believe. Yep.
Oh boy, I feel like we got to have Kyle read this round again.
All right, I can do it.
Well, okay. U.S. geography is going to be different. You know, you guys
I was
know
going to say it's not going to be nearly as difficult.
Yeah.
Well, it shouldn't.
There's not going to be those fun ones that are going to trick him and tongue tie him. So U.S. geography. I don't know. I am not as good at geography as I like to think I am. I feel like I always think that, and then
same here.
I don't know. All right, question number 1: what state is Mount Rushmore located? North Dakota, Wyoming, South Dakota, or Montana? It's the only reason I know this one is because I just am rewatching Invincible on Amazon. Those who have not watched it, I highly recommend it. It's phenomenal. And Mount Rushmore is in an episode. And the kid who plays Invincible doesn't know what state it's in. So, all
right, Dan, what is it?
The one thing, South Dakota.
Yep.
Which you would think they'd put it in North Dakota because, or you'd think, like, why not just have a Dakota? Why do you need North and South Dakota?
It's kind of like North Carolina and South Carolina.
Yeah, but like those are states that are popular. I feel like nobody lives in North and South Dakota. You could just probably combine the state. I don't know. I digress. I don't know. I mean, I apologize if I offend the 2 people that live in South Dakota, but I feel like when more people come to a monument than you that actually live in your state. All right, question number 2. What is the state capital of Georgia? Athens, Savannah, Atlanta, or Dalton? See, now I didn't even know Dalton was a state or was a city in Georgia, so I'm going to say that's not the correct one. Just a hunch. My guess.
I would have gotten this one wrong. I had to look this one up online.
My guess is Athens.
Mm-mm.
Is it Savannah?
No.
Atlanta?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I would have gotten that not only wrong, I would have gotten it wrong every time.
I would not have guessed that. I would have thought it was too obvious that it couldn't be.
Yeah, I don't know if
like that was my thought on it. Was there's no way like that's too obvious.
Wow. So Steph got it right. One person got that right. I am going to be honest. I did not know that. That was one of those ones that was tough without seeming like it was tough. Question number 3. Four-Cornered Monument represents the only place in the U.S. that 4 states intersect. Which of these states isn't the one of the 4? Is it Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, or Utah? Okay. I have this one I don't know. My gut's telling me Colorado.
A lot of people getting it right.
What are they saying? Nevada?
Yeah.
Really?
I thought I'd get more people with that. Just a heads up, our lights are flickering a bit. So if you lose me, carry on.
Well, I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to carry on because you're the one controlling. So if we lose Kyle, I'm gonna have to do stand up here. I hope that doesn't happen because I'm not very good with that. All right. So interesting. Nevada. I would not have guessed that. All right. Well, on to the next one. Question number 4. Yellowstone National Park crosses into 3 states. Which of these is not one of the 3? So Wyoming, Montana, Colorado, or Idaho? So this one, my gut is telling. I feel like my gut's telling me Colorado again, but
if I remember right, I believe you'd be right. That was one the game made.
I hope so. I hope
I
I'm
didn't
right.
come up with that one personally.
Mitch says, "Yay, stand up." I feel like on the spot, stand up's hard because you need to memorize. You need to have a whole shtick and like a whole like. And how do you know it's funny? Because like what I find funny is a lot of times very morbid. So I feel like a lot of people would be like, "Wow, that was too far." Well, all right, most people got that. Colorado. That was no one went Montana, which was my second guess. All right, final question in U.S. geography. What is the longest river in the U.S.? Missouri, Mississippi, Rio Grande or Hudson River? Well, I feel like this one's almost obvious, and that's what worries me.
I wouldn't say almost.
Kyle's like, see, like my idea is it's this Mississippi, but I really want to say
no,
the
it's
Rio
not.
Grande.
That's what I would have thought that too.
But I would want to say, like, part of me is like, is it the Missouri River?
It is.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because
So
that
we got a couple people that got it. Majority of people went with Mississippi.
I could be wrong, but I feel like the Missouri River goes like it starts way up, almost by Canada, right, and it goes all the way down.
I think so. Yeah.
I think, but I don't know. I should have looked that one up before.
I couldn't think of a fourth, so I put the Hudson just because
the Hudson River,
kind of close to us.
just a little tiny river comparatively. I mean, maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe the Hudson's big, but so this one. We have, again, 2 new people with Dirk and Steph. And then Sean, again, pulling away with 3. Dirk and Steph. All right, what do we got next, Kyle?
Did anybody catch Sean?
That's going to be, yeah, someone's got to pull out a clutch moment here.
We got some music.
This is going to be interesting. So what kind of music, or is it just generic, broad music? Is that what we're looking at?
If I remember right, yes. It's kind of just a grab bag of all sorts of different genres.
Okay. That's going to be interesting.
I'm trying to remember because we just did music in the main one the other night, so I'm trying to remember. All right. What was the first album AC/DC released after the death of lead singer Bon Scott? Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, TNT, Highway to Hell, Back in Black.
So I could be wrong, which I probably am, but I think, and I don't want to say it quite. Okay, I think it's Back in Black, and I think it's because they took like a 2 or 3 year hiatus, right, from like doing anything.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
Honestly, it's probably their best album.
Yes, I would agree.
I actually like Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, to be honest. I love the album cover on that one. It's just phenomenal with the people's eyes all sketched out and everything. And AC/DC is one of those bands that like literally has like 3 beats, but man, all their songs are just phenomenal. You got like, everyone knows them.
Yeah, I do enjoy AC/DC.
They might all be like repetitive beats. There's nothing original about them, but they're just good.
In the Billy Joel song Allentown, what are they closing down in the first verse? Factories, streets, homes, or stores?
Oh, yeah. I freaking love Allentown. That's an underrated Billy Joel song.
I would agree, yeah.
Top 2 or 3. It does slap. That one's a knee slapper right there. A
lot of people coming in with the late answer, but a lot of people getting it right. Everybody playing it back in their head.
Yeah, either that or they're just like, I don't know, factory. I mean, I feel like you close a factory down, right? I mean,
especially in Allentown.
Yeah, poor Allentown.
No offense to Allentown.
Steph says knee slapper. Yeah, I feel like I'm like old saying that. And that was the nylon curtain, I believe, was the album for Allentown.
Mm-hmm. Which punk rock band released hit songs such as Californication, Can't Stop, and Under the Bridge? Wow. Green Day, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Linkin Park, or Foo Fighters?
Shame on all those who get this wrong. Shame.
Are you a fan of this band?
I like Californication is a really good album. And my favorite song of theirs, and probably the only one I really, really love, well, 2 of them. I love Snow is a really good song, and I love Danny California. I freaking love that song. It makes absolutely no freaking sense. The lyrics literally are a bunch of gibberish. Like I don't think there's really any reason or rhyme to the song, but man, that song it does slap. All right, I'm glad to see everyone got that one right. That makes me happy.
That one was kind of a gimme.
But Red Hot Chili Peppers as a band, not crazy about. I remember them at the Super Bowl, and they were awful.
Yeah,
They were
I'm not I like probably 3 or 4 of their songs, but that's about it. All right, the song "Baby One More Time" launched Britney Spears' career. What year was it released? 97, 99, 2000, 98.
We had this album, and this was a house full of boys.
Yeah.
And we had this album. I feel like everyone, if you were a 90s kid or you grew up in that time, you owned a Britney Spears album.
Oh, you definitely did. Let's see.
This one we're getting some variations here.
I only see one right answer, I think.
It's 99, isn't it?
98.
Is it 98?
Mm-hmm.
What? Okay, I didn't know. Oh, Mitch is an OG Britney fan. He's probably got the poster on his wall. I did not know that either. I would have gotten that wrong.
Oh, yeah. 8-year-old me loved Britney Spears.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, number 5. What was MC Hammer's real name? Stanley Burton, Simon Burrell, Stanley Burrell, Simon Burton.
Wow. I would not know. I have no idea.
See how many Hammer fans we have in here.
MC Hammer's a interesting choice of a name for.
What's your guess?
My guess is Simon Burrell.
Close. You got the last name right.
Oh, Stanley Burrell?
I had to look this one up, to be honest with you.
Stanley. I would not have known that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that. Sean pulling it out again.
Interesting. That's the final question for this round. Let's see what happens here.
A lot of people going Simon on that.
That just seemed like, I feel like there's a Simon Burrell. I feel like that's like someone's name. All right, so Sean again. We got Stephanie's got 2. Matt is on the board here, and Sean. Holy crap! Sean's clearing the board so far.
Sean's tearing it up.
He is tearing it up this one. So we're going in the final round.
He missed Monday, and he's making up for it right now. Holy cow!
Right. He says you can't touch this. Love it. So we got TV for the final one. Now TV is interesting because there's certain things for TV I know. Like I know a lot of random things about TV, but there's also a lot of things I don't know that I feel like I should know.
I think a lot of people should do well. I guess it depends on your taste in TV shows.
Let's see what we got here. So question number 1. Oh boy, we know Kyle made these. On the show Entourage, which of these characters is not part of the quote unquote entourage? Is it Vince, Lloyd, Eric, or Johnny?
It's my favorite show.
Yeah. Kyle loves Entourage. What is it? HBO show.
That's honestly one of those things that if I'm bored, I could just sit there and watch it all day.
And I'll be honest, you got Steph and I to watch it last year, and we were both hooked for a while too. It's a good show. It's pretty short overall. I mean, it's only like, what is it, 6 seasons long?
I was gonna say it was 8 seasons, but they were smaller seasons. They were all like 12 to 14 episodes basically.
Yeah,
and they're only half-hour episodes.
Yep. So you burn through them pretty quick. Exactly. So Lloyd, go ahead, Kyle. You can tell him.
So Lloyd is Ari's assistant. Ari is Vince's agent. If you haven't watched Entourage, definitely watch it. Don't watch it in front of your kids.
Exactly. Oh, man, Kyle made these questions. On the show Home Improvement, which of these characters is Tim's assistant on the show Tool Time? Is it Wilson, Brad, Al, or Randy?
Another one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, Home Improvement was a staple of the 90s. And honestly, I think it's just one of those you can I'm going to be honest, though. I think like it's 8 seasons long?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I think really it's about 5 seasons good.
I would agree. The last few seasons definitely go down a little bit. They should have capped it at 5, maybe 6 seasons.
But hey, if you're Tim Allen and you're making $1 million an episode, how can you turn that down?
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of like Last Man Standing.
Yeah, exactly.
Great show, but they probably should have capped it 1 or 2 seasons short.
Yep. So Al was the plaid-wearing, competent co-host, I should say. Randy and Brad were both sons, and then Wilson was the neighbor. Question number 3. How many seasons of the show Friends are there? 11, 8, 10, or 9?
I'm expecting a lot of people are going to know this.
Since I've seen Friends probably all the way through, I've probably seen it 20 times at this point, which is insane. Probably more than that, honestly.
So it started in 94. What year did it end?
Yeah. I remember hearing it on the radio. It was, I believe it was the fall of 2004. Maybe it was the summer of 2004.
Yeah, because we never watched it as kids.
No.
We always watched Full House and Fresh Prince.
Yeah, it was this big deal that 10 seasons long, Friends was finally ending, and I never watched it. And finally, Steph and I watched it probably 7-8 years ago, and then ever since then, we watch it almost every night. Still do.
Yeah, it's just one of those rewatchable shows.
Yeah, and it really doesn't go downhill too much. It does towards the end not get as good, but it's still just a
but when you have all 6 main cast members all making over $1 million in the last $1 million per episode in the last season.
Yeah, that's impressive. Question number 4. Which actor portrays Walter White in the series Breaking Bad? I know Buff Edits is probably like, oh my God, I know this one. Bryan Cranston, Andrew Lincoln, Aaron Paul, or RJ Mitty?
What are your thoughts on Breaking Bad?
I want to watch it. I can't get through season 2. I get so depressed watching the show.
I do too. Like I've gotten halfway through season 3, but I get like really depressed watching the show. And
it's like there's no good redeeming qualities about these characters. And I feel like that's the point. But like, goddamn, I like some happiness and sunshine in my shows. Well, I like dark shows, but man, that's like, whew. Like Andrew Lincoln with The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead for the first like 5-6 seasons. It was phenomenal.
See, I couldn't get into that either.
Well, really the first 3 seasons were phenomenal. After that, it's just good, and then it kind of drags on. But yeah, Bryan Cranston is just a phenomenal actor, I will say. He plays that part really well. Final question of the night. What was the name of the teenage witch played by Melissa Joan Hart, who lives with her witch aunts Hilda and Zelda? Hermione, Dorothy, Sabrina, or Dahlia?
This was actually one that the game made. I made all the other 4 questions. This was one that the game made.
And Netflix came out with a newer like Sabrina the Teenage Witch thing, right? Then they come out with like a new like adult version of it or something. I don't know. It hurt my heart when I saw that it was not for kids. I was like, that's just weird. But I had to double check that. But I'm pretty sure I saw that one at one point.
I used to watch that show as a kid. It wasn't my favorite, but
no, if it was on, you'd watch it. But I feel like no one was like, "Oh, that's my favorite show." But if it was on, you'd watch it.
Oh yeah.
So most people got that right as well. So here we go. Let's see what we got. We know Sean already won, but did Sean again? 5 for 5.
Wow.
Takes the cake. No prisoners. Stephanie came in second with 3. It's a good attempt. And Buff Edits with 2. But Sean holding everyone away in the rear view mirror.
Board. Holy cow.
Yeah, that was impressive. It was a good night. So what do we got? What do we got Monday, Kyle, before we hop off? What do we have for them to look forward to? Are we doing sports? Are we doing movies? Are we doing what does everyone want?
What do you think?
It's kind of up to everyone. Honestly, it's up to what people want to listen to or want to.
Guys, throw it up there in the comments. What do you want? What do you want us to do on Monday for the regular one?
Mitch says you guys are the best. Mitch, you are the best. So you are in fact a liar because you are actually the best, not us. Sean, yeah, that was a nice job. It was a good one. Joey says, Buffett says Star Wars. Star Wars would be fun. Kyle and I would have to try very hard not to answer the questions, even though we make them ourselves. So we got Star Wars. We got Avatar, I'm assuming Avatar: The Last Airbender. That would be a fun one. I love Avatar.
I would get smoked in that.
Matt says pro wrestling. That would be an interesting one because Kyle and I, we could do a sports one and have pro wrestling be an entire segment, and I would not do well.
I'd get smoked in that too.
Yeah. Stephanie says Friends or Marvels. Sean says Star Wars 80s movies. Yeah, I love me some 80s movies.
Oh yeah.
But Mitch says Anatomy.
What's that?
Mitch says Anatomy. We should do that for Wednesday. We should do an Anatomy one for one of the 5 ones.
Like
that would be a fun one.
Like Human Anatomy?
Well, I'm assuming he's not talking about Frog Anatomy. So
I would really get smoked in Anatomy.
Yeah. Caden says video game. That'd be a fun one. Matt says furniture trivia. I should walk around here and be like, who is the creator of the love seat back in 1857? But yeah, we'll let you guys know. We'll announce it for Monday what we end up doing. But we'll probably do one of these ones. I like these are all really good ideas.
Yeah, I do too.
So, but thank you so much for watching, guys. Those who are not watching live, every Monday night at 9:30 and every Wednesday night 9:30, come join us. It's a lot of fun. Oh, Foods of the World would be a fun one too. So, yeah.
Oh, Mitch says he meant
dinosaur anatomy. Yes, of course. Everyone's expertise.
Pretty sure our nephew could get on there. Henry would wipe the floor with everybody.
He would.
I'm pretty sure he would. He's 7, and he'd wipe the floor with everybody when it comes to dinos.
Yep, absolutely. But all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it, and have a good night. We'll see you guys Monday night at 9:30.
Have a great night, guys.